with Kiki Rock and Friends. Uncensored, totally uncensored. Are you ready? You ready?
This is Nighttime Vibes Uncensored with Kiki Rock and Friends. My girl, Vanny J. That girl Q. Then 911. Lady MC. And Nihilicious. We were talking to the ladies, Mrs. the Cole sister wives in our show earlier. And I know that our ladies here had a lot of questions. And I know once you heard them, a lot of things was going on in your head. And I know Q, because I could see it in her eyes, Q was getting very interested in having her own, but not sister wives, maybe a brother husbands. That's
brother husband.
Come on.
Other than them. Right. Brothers-in-laws or something, I don't know. But did this change your mind about their situation from, like I said, from the time that Macau Coles came on the radio with me, and from now, knowing different things and, you know, hearing from the ladies, did it change your mind? Did it open up your mind to it? Vanny, did it open up your mind?
It certainly did. Before the conversation, I knew very, very little about the lifestyle. As I said, I did go into a couple Facebook public groups that was supposed to be about polyamory. However, it was dealing more with, we're a couple, we're looking for someone else to join us in our relationship. So speaking to these two queens was actually very informative. It was enlightening for me. It gave me a whole different aspect and an understanding of what their lifestyle is about. And it kind of dispelled some of the myths that I thought about in terms of having more than one wife, as a man wanting his cake and eating it too, so to speak. Mm-hmm. So it was very informative. I hope our viewers got just as much from it as I did. But yeah, it certainly made me more open to the lifestyle.
Q?
It was very informative. For one, I didn't really know there was much of a difference between polyamory and polygamy. So that got cleared up for me. But yes, I did find a lot of interest in that, because I'm sitting here like, okay, so you mean to tell me that I could have, you know, a husband, and if I get tired of this nigga, I could send him over there to his other wife? Or not only that, when you go over there to your other wife, I could bring my other husband over here to come and chill with me?
That part.
Baby, sign me up. Fuck. Shit. Yeah, I'll be hollering at them later. I'm just saying.
Nine? Oh, man. This shit sounds like the perfect setup. I could have me a boyfriend with a husband on the side.
Come on.
Be a sister bitch. Look, sorry, I don't want to say sister bitch, but, you know, seriously, I got to be real with saying this. Like, this is like the perfect setup to me. And it seemed like with these two women that they have more of a relationship than with the man. Like, he's just the, you know, something you want to fuck when you want to fuck. Well, you know, dick is there, dick is supplied. But me and you are going to do our things, like we're going to hang out, we're going to take care of these kids. Or, you know, it seemed like Alicia looked around like, hey, you need help in here. I'm going to need a good girlfriend in there and help me with these kids. And then we can have more kids. And I know who she is, and you're not going to have a side chick. I'm going to know who she is. Right. And knowing who she is means you know that she's safe. Mm-hmm. You know that you're not getting anything back. If it's a situation, you know, okay, we get tested. I know what you got. You know what I got. And now we're intermingling those things. I think me and you been sister wives all our lives. We just ain't sharing dick. Right. That's the only thing. You don't share, I don't share my turkey burgers. I like my little beefy boys by myself.
And keep in mind, you got a lot of women out here that are sister wives and don't even know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You sharing your nigga anyway. So
that makes them not a sister wife. That makes them a side piece.
Whatever you want to call them. I'm looking at it from the angle of, okay, if I got two husbands, one might got good dick and one might got good head. You can't go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I think
well, that's not polyamory. That's polyamory.
I don't know what this poly whatever. I'm looking at the bigger picture. Y'all not seeing what I see.
Q was like, I want Polly do me. That's what she wants.
Right. Okay. He done broke my back off real good. You know, he done dick me down real good. Okay, I need my pussy ate now. So I'm gonna need you going over there to your wife and let me call my other husband over here so he can come on suck this thing. You know, that's how I look at the bigger picture. See, I ain't looking at it like I see it.
Look, it seems like polyamory is more geared to the women, and then polygamy is for the man. It seems like polyamory just seems like just two girlfriends hanging out and taking care of their kids and sharing the same dick. Polygamy just sounds like a man with multiple wives and wives and wives. Like,
right.
Yeah, so I don't want that one.
But I think go ahead, Q. Go ahead, Key. I'm sorry.
I don't want neither.
No, I would just say, I think with this couple here, with this family here, I think the word sister is what truly defines their relationship. And that's what, from listening to them and conversation with them, I think that what so many people miss, the sister part of the whole relationship, whatever one chooses to be involved in. Personally, for me, I don't know if it's something I would want to do, but I would not be totally closed mind to it. But I think, like I said, the word sister and the bond that you can tell these two women have, and the love and the mutual respect they have for one another, that is what's making it work. I don't think, even if it was, whether it's Michael or Michael or Jimmy or whoever, I think the relationship between these two women, these two queens, is what makes this family works for them.
That's the key thing. The two women have to be like-minded women.
Yes.
Like, you can't be a jealous type of woman and then, the other one is not a jealous type, because like I said, I don't like sharing stuff. So I know that would not work for me personally.
Amen.
If I even think that somebody that I'm sexually involved with is going down on somebody else, or somebody else is going down on them, guess what? You will never get that from me, because if it's in my head all the time.
Yes.
I'm not gonna put my mouth where somebody else has put my mouth. If I know it, if I don't know it and I find out, I will cut the shit off. So please don't play no tricks, no mind games, none of that shit with me, because if I find out, it's gonna be a problem. So I know that polyamory is not for me. Because like I said, I'm selfish. I'm going to admit it. I am selfish. When I was growing up, I was the only child. I was the only little girl for a long time by myself. So I am selfish. So no, I don't want to share nothing with nobody. I don't want to share my Barbie dolls. I don't want to share my Ken dolls. I don't want to share my hot dogs. I don't want to share shit with nobody.
And I'm with you 100%. And again, they say they're not brainwashed. I'm not so sure I believe they're not brainwashed, because somebody who believes they're brainwashed, are they ever going to tell you they're brainwashed? No, because they want to feel like they're in control of their mind, their body, their soul. They need to feel they're in control of that. So does anybody who's brainwashed really say they're brainwashed?
So Sam, let me ask you this. I'm sorry, Kim. Let me ask you this. So if a person chooses a certain lifestyle, whether it's polyamory, whether it's Mormonism, whether it's Amish, you think that's something to do with brainwashing?
Well, if you look at the world in a whole, if you look at the family unit, if you look at how people are taught or raised, if you're raised a certain way, if you're raised into polygamy, then that's what you know. Mm-hmm. So no, you're probably not brainwashed. You're raised into it. That's what you know. And that's why I asked them, what are you teaching your children?
So let me ask you this. Do you not think that people can't reprogram themselves? Because that's just like, you got some people that are raised in a church, but then, once they get older, get to a certain age, they start realizing that this isn't what's for me. and they start going their own realm. So, you know, you get some to get into the spiritual and different things of that nature, because they never really technically said, no, we're not brainwashed. They were saying that people were saying that, and they were just like, no, this was our choice. Because if I'm not mistaken, I believe Alicia said she was the one that initiated it, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. But
brainwashed.
Right, but Jasmine specifically said people think I've been brainwashed. No, I haven't been brainwashed. You know, her family had a problem with it. Again, it's to each their own.
Right.
I know it's not for me. When you say sister to me, I think of my sisters who my parents gave me. I think of you ladies as my sisters who I know I ain't never got to worry about any one of you on this screen sleeping with my man. It just ain't happening. Yeah. And we wouldn't look to do that. And I mean, Q might start, you know, bringing some men in. But if it's Q's man,
bringing animals.
I don't want him. Whether she's participating in polyamory, polygamy, whatever. If it's hers, he ain't for me. That's not.
Yeah, that's real shit.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to cut you off. It's like being introduced to crack for the first time. Okay, because you're with somebody that's I mean, you can like advertise how high you get and all that other shit all day long. I don't have to sleep. If I decide I want to be a crackhead, because being a crackhead is a lifestyle. So it's like I choose this lifestyle and I want to initially start smoking crack. Yeah. I'm agreeing to it. And I think that this is what happened with Alicia and with Jasmine. Alicia introduced her to it. She said, hey, you know.
Introduce her to the crack?
This is, yeah.
There's nobody not seeing Key's face, though.
Yes.
And one day, she didn't want to be a crackhead. And she thought she was going to try another relationship. And then next, you know, she missed crack and she came back. You see how she left and came back?
Yeah. For me,
she left and came back because she wanted that man, right?
Because probably she wanted something different. You know, because you know, and a lot of times this may happen when women know that they're sharing a man. They say, "Okay, you're not going to be the only one to get your cake and eat it too. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to explore and I'm going to go taste me a few slices of cake." So maybe that's what Jasmine did. But like she said, when she got into that other relationship, it wasn't conducive to her.
Right. She was downfall, right?
And she left and came back.
He's a better her. Yeah.
Maybe a better provider. And you know, she may have more missed Alicia than she actually missed Michaela.
Well, but that's the thing. She said they never went nowhere. They were still there. But it was probably, you know, because out of respect of the other guy that she was involved with at the time, you know, they probably kind of wasn't as involved, you know, or united together like they was as they are when they're together as, you know, the three-way couple or whatever.
Right.
So,
and I think something was said earlier as far as family. As we know how we were raised, the time which we grew up, but the whole family dynamic is changing. It's changing. And I think when my ex, when we broke up and he got married and she became the stepmother to my daughter, I loved her. She was a great stepmother.
That's
she
different.
was great with my daughter.
That's different.
But,
that's different. You're not trying to sleep with him anymore.
No, what I'm saying is because they both have children with him and they came to some agreement that, okay, let's work together as a family. It's not a lifestyle I would have chosen then, but because when I think it was Alicia who said that Jasmine was a great mother, I saw my ex's wife as being a great mother to my daughter. We lived in different states. We come and get her. It was a great dynamic. Now, if I had that type of mindset at the time and he would have introduced it, then maybe it's something I would have thought about. Because again, it's the family dynamic, and I'm going based on what Jasmine and Anisha said in terms of Jasmine being a great mother. No, it's not a lifestyle I would have chosen at the time, but I'm just saying in terms of the family dynamic.
You might have been.
Do what works best for your family.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times when you talk about different lifestyles, we're so concerned about, as a society, what other people are going to think.
There you go. That part.
And as Q has started several months ago, it's about choosing you. It may not work for you. It may not work for me. But what I see in these two queens who were just on the show with us, they appear to have a great family unit, no matter what you consider family.
They have an understanding.
And I love what they have going on. I think it's great. And I think what they have, I think, is a great example in terms of anyone who may be interested or gearing toward their lifestyle. This is what it's about. It's about family. It's about coming together. It's about building your family as you define family.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%, Fanny. What you just said hit it right on the nail. A lot of people think, and a lot of people judge relationships because if you're not blood related, or that's not your biological father, or you're like they said, they don't use titles in there, and I appreciate it so much, because once a man takes on a child, once a man takes on a woman, he's supposed to take on whatever she brings with her.
Right.
Absolutely.
So for him to do that, hands up to him. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many men that will do that and treat that child so wrong.
Yeah.
So you're sleeping with my mom, you're doing all of this other stuff, and you're supposed to be the man of the household, but you're treating the child like shit. I don't agree with that at all.
Right.
Or that stepchild, or my half brother, or my half sister. And the one thing that you said that struck a chord is we don't pick our family.
No.
We don't have that privilege of picking who we want our mother to be, or who we want our father to be, or who we want our sisters and brothers to be. But what you can do, you can pick people that you connect with.
Yes.
You can pick people that genuinely love you, genuinely care about you, will go the whole 100 miles for you.
Right.
You can't pick those people. This one right here, I know with her, if anything goes down with me and my kids, she's going to be the first one to be there. Now that I have you ladies, I know my kids don't have to worry about anything.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't grow up with y'all. You're not in my blood DNA, but you're in my heart, and you're in my soul, and we're connected as one because we are standing up with each other, and we know that we got each other's back. A lot of people say that they have that.
Bish would.
Yeah, as y'all see, I had to change my locations. So I wanted to say, just chime in just a little, just to say, I totally see that whole dynamic of what the ladies have. I see that so differently now, and I totally applaud them. Like, actually was thinking like Q, if I could have two husbands, but you know, I gotta find one first. So anyway, so yeah. So
maybe you can find a couple and just add yourself to the marriage. That may be our problem. We're looking for a man. We should be looking for a woman with a man.
Now, see, that won't be conducive to my lifestyle because my kids are grown. I don't need a sister wife. I just a husband and a boyfriend on the side, or a husband on the side. That's what I want.
Totally.
Main man, the husband on the side to do the shit that the boyfriend won't do. Right, basically.
You know what? A lot of times we kind of get stuck into that one-on-one relationship with somebody. And sometimes I know growing up, I always used to say, I'm gonna date 5 different people at the same time. Therefore, I can really pick and choose who has the characteristics that I really want to be with for the long haul. But who's to say that was right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I picked the right one out of those 5.
Right.
Especially now, my theory of looking at somebody when I was 20 and my theory of looking at somebody now that I'm in my 40s is something totally different.
Right.
Yes.
So I could have bypassed that one that I was really supposed to be with because maybe he wasn't tall, or maybe he wasn't skinny, or whatever. And I bypassed that because I was like, okay, I'm thinking about what he's going to be later on. And the one that was skinny, he now fat, and now he's in my category now, so I don't mess up. No, I'm just playing. Exchange. Right. I started off with a skinny dude. My son's father is skinny. Is he my type now? No. What I had chosen him now, no. And then my daughter's dad is my type, 6'8", big, and then now I'm into big dudes with titties. I like big dudes with titties, you know. That's what I like. I like titty boys. I'm sorry. I like all my they weigh. Fuck a FICO score sometimes, so you gotta have your fucking weight up. They actually like guys that be breastfeeding. She like to see guys and they got milk coming in. Who's sucking whose titties tonight?
No comment.
Yeah, no comment over there for you, Q.
Nah, I'm talking about no comment over there to her.
On a battery so I can make sure I put over a battery.
Right. Yeah. As a matter of fact, get the batteries out of the back so she can stop talking. Woo, child.
You know, you can. I think now, thinking back on it, especially what they're saying, you can have two different people that will make a whole. You understand what I'm saying? You might have somebody that's good at paying the bills. You may have somebody that's good with a car, or good with making sure that they help you in the house. You might have somebody that's good with the sexual aspect. Maybe, you know, you with somebody and they eat great pussy, but they're not so good at actually having intercourse with you.
Didn't I just say that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, you got somebody now, you're into a different phase. You're like, well, I need my ass eaten every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you can have him on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because you know he's gonna eat that ass. Right. So you got, you know, when we get older, our check. You can keep a straight face. Cynthia?
Trying to keep a straight face while you was talking, but it didn't work.
What did she speak? What I was saying that earlier. See, now y'all starting to look at it from my view.
Yeah, I see it different. Like, wow, wait a minute here.
I mean, yeah, it is. And to me, it's like a perfectly loving business relationship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you have to look at it in terms of, I've never watched Sister Wife before, but you have three individuals.
I'm gonna start watching that
with careers, with families that all decided to come together as one family. My grandfather in the South, I never met him before because he passed before. That's a long story, but my grandfather, he had three different families in the same town. All of them knew of each other. He was married to my grandmother, but he had other wives. Well, I'm sorry, other women.
Well, according to them, they were wives, because when you lay down and sleep with them, they're your husband now.
But that's how, in their lifestyle, that's their belief. Being born and raised in the South, no, you got to go before the pastor and say, I do whatever, ever. But what I'm saying is that as we evolve, as time changes, as people come into their own, the family dynamic has changed. Will it work for me? Will it work for you? That's an individual choice. No. But what I'm saying is I love what they have created. And based on speaking with these queens, it just gave us a whole different insight into the lifestyle versus three people that are horny, freaky, and having threesomes all the time.
Because that don't even happen, right?
No. I mean, they live there. They have their own separate homes. They have their own separate lives. It's just, and I think Q said, or Key may have said it earlier. We may all be sister wives and not even know it.
Sure. But those two live together.
No. There's two. They're in two different homes.
They don't live together. They live in two different houses. That's what I'm saying.
Different houses.
You people, whether it's voluntary or involuntary, you'd be surprised. I mean, it's a lot of it going on. I think,
but again, I think, and that's why I say the difference is you're not a sister wife if you don't know. When you're a sister wife, you agree to it. That's your lifestyle. I'm no sister wife because he may be fucking cheating on me. I'm not a sister wife.
Right, but okay, right. Yeah. But let me say this: you got a lot of women out here, even though they know that he's running over there to the other baby mom. I don't want to use that term, but we're just gonna say that he's running over there to the other baby mom, but she keep taking her back anyway. So y'all might as well go ahead and work together as a team.
And it was going on in the 80s. What? Who was that? Barbara called Shirley. Shirley called Barbara.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's what it was. I mean, it's always been there, but now that it has a title and people are speaking more about it and being open about it, I respect it 100%.
Me too. I'm with you.
Maybe I need to stop waiting for a husband and find me a wife with a husband.
You know, we're in a time now where a lot of people are just starting to really just kind of, like I said, deprogramming themselves.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, of course, you know, a lot of people don't like what they don't understand or fear what they don't understand. Right. And now that so many are starting to come into their own, but what a lot of people don't realize is it's not necessarily that we're coming into our own and just making up rules along the way. A lot of people are actually going back to the roots, because if you go back to, like, you know, Africa, different places, like back in the day, like, this been going on.
Right. It takes a village.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely been going on. Yeah.
They have multiple wives. Like, this has been going on. Like, it's not necessarily something new. You know, we're just, you know, what'd you say the other day? Americanized, or whatever word you use, Vanny. You know, granted, we have a tendency to kind of messing things up once it get over here. You know, it's not as like it's, you know, like it is practiced over in those other cultures or whatnot. But this has been going on. It's just really new for us. So for those of us that are not familiar with it, yeah, you know, some people, you know, turn their nose up to it and so forth and so on. But really just going back to your roots at the end of the day.
And what's that comedian name? What's that comedian who has three different girlfriends that they're all out together? What's his name?
D-Ray.
Right. So it's like, I say whatever works for you, whatever your definition of family is, do you. Be happy.
But this one thing that they don't do is have the families connect. They'll just know that there's a wife on the East Coast or across seas or whatever, but they, like, we can't get together. Right.
You know where it reminds me of too?
How was the holiday? I want to ask that question too. How they do the holiday?
I was just going to say
they spend their holidays together.
Now you know something. I didn't catch the interview with Michael, but I would love to talk with him.
I loved it. It was awesome. That interview with him was awesome. And I know I was one to say, Keke, y'all gonna talk to the wives? Yeah, it was great. But like, I just was thinking, it reminds me of that episode to what Q was.
And she's frozen.
He stays driving, Amanda.
Of good times when he go, When Michael wanted to know if she was gonna be married to multiple people. Remember that episode of Good Times? Well, I remember it. But yeah, I just think that
when she met eBay. Right, when she met eBay, and they took him out. She's talking about the episode on Good Times when Thelma was gonna be engaged to the African eBay.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, she was gonna be one of his wives.
Martin had an episode like that too with Gina. He was gonna be one of her his concubines.
Mm-hmm. I apologize if I'm going in and out. Sorry.
This is not new. This has been going on. You know, it's just people just, you know, getting back into their cultures and back to their histories, and you know,
so that's in both of those episodes. You also see that there was a big no too.
Yeah, for them.
But again, the Good Times was filmed based on the 70s, 80s. So at that time, yes, it wasn't heard of. But eBay, I think it was eBay, was from another country. So in that country, it's normal.
Right.
Just like some things we do over here. We will eat up some chicken. In other countries, those are considered pets. Well, over there, they eat rats. That's a delicacy. But over here, it's like,
those are pests.
It's time for me to move.
Boy, that part.
So I think it's, and like you said, it goes back to our ancestral roots, where we come from. Like I said, I can't rave enough how beautiful I think their relationship is, their marriage is, their family life is.
Me as well. Only thing is, I'm gonna have me a second husband. I'm just saying. Just put, you know.
That's what I want. I prefer a second husband.
You got another wife. You got another wife.
And you know what? It's funny because,
Permission.
huh?
You has to get permission to have a second husband.
Permission from who?
From your first husband. See, you mixing it all. You mixing the whole part up.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You see, you know what, Q?
it's called deprogramming.
Your husband has to get permission, girl. You cannot just invite two husbands. You have to get permission from the first husband. So, do you think that if you have somebody in mind right now, because we know you got a whole bunch of men, Q. So if you have somebody in mind right now,
Saying that on camera, shit.
that you wanted to be your first husband, do you think he would let you add on another husband?
I'm still stuck on the let and laugh.
Will he be okay with you having another husband?
He wouldn't have a choice if he has another wife.
See, but then it wouldn't work for you then, because you know what? It's about understanding. It's about communicating. Now, both these queens that were just here, nothing they talked about an aspect of their relationship, their family dealt with sex, other than we asked the question about sex.
No. But see, you didn't hear Jasmine what she said, because Key asked her the question. She was like, will he allow you? She said it's not about allowing. She said, I just choose not to.
Right, but what I'm saying is, I'm gonna quote you. You say you wanna, when you with your first husband, he can dick you down good. You're gonna go to the second husband to lick you real good.
Right.
So it's the whole family dynamic with them in terms of the children, the run of the household, the picking them up from daycare, dropping them off at daycare. I don't feel like it tonight. You go over to your other wife's house tonight. So with having the two husbands, and then the two households, it's more than just he dicked me down, he licked me down. What about the communication? What about the two husbands getting along with one another, being brother husbands?
That's why I said it ain't for Q either.
You got more homework to do, sister.
I said I was gonna look more into it. Only thing I said is this. What I was saying is, I'm just being serious this time. I was joking before, but I'm being serious this time. If I'm going to allow you to have another wife, you're gonna have to allow me to have another husband.
But you know, there's a lady out there. Her name is Kenya something, and she actually has two husbands.
We need to holler at her.
They don't have another wife, but she's the one, and she has two husbands. So that's why I was asking.
I want to be her.
Right.
I want to be her.
Get her on the show.
Yes, I definitely.
I want to
Who I want to interview.
What's her name, King?
Her name is
something.
I don't remember her last name, but
You gotta find her.
Anyone that knows Kenya with the two husbands, email us at NightTimeVybezUncensoredWithKeKe&Friends. We'd like to get on the show.
Right. I was actually thinking about having her on the show as well.
Yes,
but
please.
being that we're talking about it, and we're talking about, men not allowing, but being comfortable. That's what it is. It's being comfortable with another man saying we both share the same woman. I know for men, if you step outside of the relationship and they find out that you have cheated, they no longer want to be with you.
Yes. Your whole everything.
It's something totally different for a man to be comfortable enough in his skin to say, that's my queen. I love her. I respect her. She's not getting everything that she needs from me. So yes, I'm comfortable enough to say, you're my brother husband. And we're going to make sure that we uplift her. And yeah, you can have her on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'll have her on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
So I need for men, email us, like Betty said, email us, nighttimevibes@gmail.com, and let us know if you're one of those men, or comment below. Are you one of those men that would be comfortable knowing that you're sharing your woman, that you're sharing not only just once, but for a lifetime? It's me and him, and we sharing her. Are you comfortable enough to be that man? We are definitely going to have Macau on, because we got theirs, like Jasmine said, about not him not allowing her. I want to hear from him. Would you be comfortable if Jasmine said, I stepped outside of this relationship, I'm with him, now I want to bring him in as well? So being that you have Alicia, I want to have Sean or Tim or whoever.
I think it's gonna be fair. I'm just saying.
My good girl, Q said, it's easier to clean a pole than a hole. Right. So I bet you a lot of men gonna be like, hell no.
But I've actually seen, you know, just like on social media, like different pages and stuff where you do have couples or, you know, a woman that she got two, you know, boyfriends or two husbands or whatever. So it's not uncommon for it to be that way either. Now, all jokes aside.
Hell no. Then it's looking like hell no.
But that's the thing though, it's like this is what I say about thinking outside the box. We have to stop thinking just from our own perspective of things. Because if it's just because I don't like something or I think something is, you know, or this or whatever, don't mean that it's not normal for a lot of other people. Like, you know, not going back to past shows, but like when I had the conversation about the whole pagan thing, like a lot of this stuff is more common than what y'all think it is, but because you haven't actually experienced it or because it's something that you personally wouldn't do, don't mean that it's not being done. You know, so yes, just like you have the two wives and the one husband, I'm sure there are many cases of two husbands and one wife.
It's called polyamory.
Who are we to determine what's normal for someone else?
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, because my thing is this. I look at it like this, and this is why I come up with the choose you theory. It don't matter what you do in this lifetime, good or bad, a motherfucker gonna always have something to say. So you have to live life to what makes you happy. Damn what anybody else say, for real. You know, Obama could have cured cancer. They still would have had something to say. You see what I'm saying? Just because of the color of his skin. People's gonna hate regardless. And once a person start hating something or hating an individual, no matter what they do, they're gonna always, you know, they're never gonna look at it from the good aspects of it. They're just gonna continue to hate. So at the end of the day, hey, choose you, be happy.
Which is why I tip my hat to those ladies. That works for them. That's amazing. To see two beautiful Black queens loving on each other like that, bringing beautiful children into the world, living their life.
Exactly.
Kudos to them, but it ain't for me.
Right, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. But I respect more than anything, like going back to like what Vanny said, you know, the sisterhood, the unity and all of that. But at the end of the day, y'all living in y'all truth. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And for that right there, you know, hey, you got my respect.
And I say 3 incomes.
Bang, bang.
One.
Look, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Some white, some don't.
3 incomes, they need 16 incomes, all them children. You said 3 incomes is better than 1 or 2. They need 16 incomes for all them children.
Well, no, I mean, some of them are adults and living their own lives. But I'm just saying that and what I mean in terms of the income, in terms of, like I said, what I saw, what I researched on the internet, it ain't like Pookie around the corner got 2 Shanikas.
Yeah.
You talking about a man who sounds like he's about his business. He's taking care of both households. He's making both wives happy. They like I said, they're dynamic to me. Kudos. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, you know what? I love my space. I love them by myself. I could probably do a 2 or 3 day a week husband.
No, for real. I'll be saying that. Yeah. Like,
I could probably do that.
I said if I ever get married again, you know, I want us to have our own separate houses. I don't want no more live in.
Yeah.
I like my space too much. I like my free time too much. Not to say that I'm out doing anything wrong, but shit, I like to just be, you know,
right.
Chill to myself. And I feel like, you know, he should want that as well. So you don't start getting on each other's damn nerves and shit.
Yeah, I like a come and go relationship. But you're gonna go after that.
So as long as you come.
Right.
I'll come when he comes, and then you gonna go. Right.
That's not a given that you're gonna come when he comes.
Well, listen, somebody gonna come, and then somebody definitely.
Naisha said, "Come and go." Did
And
y'all
go.
hear her emphasize? Come
And go.
And go.
C-U-M and go.
Come C-U-M. Now go wash your ass and get back in the bed.
Yeah. And go.
But no, I love it. I do.
I do too. I mean, I'm
That's why I said to each his own.
For me, boo.
Jasmine and me, and I'm getting her name spelled wrong.
Jasmine and Alicia.
Alicia.
The Cold Queens.
Right.
That part.
Yeah, and those that are into having one wife and two husbands.
big up to them. Big up, big up, big up.
Okay, a real man that does not, and I know I'm gonna get some backlash because they're gonna be some. That's like, I am a real man, and I'm not gonna share my woman with nobody. But you would definitely share your dick with a whole bunch of other women.
Hello.
But if the woman decided that she wanted to go out there and sleep with somebody else,
She's a
she gotta be a whore or a slut or she's nasty. But you go out there and sling that shit any way you want to sling it.
Hey.
For the street. Right.
Yeah.
For the street. We know a lot of dudes that's for the streets as well. Because I see now Cannon has 7 children. I don't know about how many baby mamas, and he said he not stopping.
Yeah.
And there's more than one pregnant now, right? Ain't there a couple?
Yeah,
pregnant?
they are. But here's the thing: they all know this, and they're fine with it. So who is the one to speak on it?
Exactly.
They, as long as they are all good with it, hey.
I'm speaking on
And
it
that's
because
their
there's a
family.
woman out there, and she has 3 children by 3 different baby daddies.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Me? Yeah.
Like, pass her by. She got too many baby daddies, but he can have 15 baby daddies, and he's good. He's the king. Oh, Nick Cannon, that's the man.
I got 3 baby daddies. I'm a queen. I don't give a fuck. But because what the next person think or the next person's opinion about me does not dictate me.
Right.
Again, because I have 3 kids by 3 different men, that does not make me a bad person. Now, for a person to judge that, I don't want you around me any damn way. You see what I'm saying? You're too small-minded for me. Get to know a person's story. Shit. I was in relationships with each of them. They didn't work. I wasn't doing, abortion was not an option for me. You see what I'm saying? So, but people are quick to judge. So again, like I said, it don't matter what you do in this world, people just don't always pull out the bad and point out the bad and always have something to say. But we good over here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like I said, with the Cold Queens, I love it. I love what they have going on. I love how I love the dynamic. I can't say it enough. I love the dynamic. They're 2 well put together queens. And I'm so glad we spoke with them today. Thank you, ladies.
Yes, thank you again. And like I said, we are going to have Mr. Macau Coles on Nighttime Vibes Uncensored with Keke Rock and Friends, and we're going to get his view. And if we, like I said before, if we have any other men out there, and this is your situation, maybe you have 2 wives, or maybe you're
everything that was said.
Make up as many pages as you want to make up so that you can view us. Thank you for being a fan.
Yes, and remember, a hit dog will holler.
As a matter of fact, make a few more pages and keep on watching because you really help.
As long as we get the views.
Absolutely. Thank you again for joining us on another edition of Nighttime Vibes Uncensored with Keke Rock and Friends. Vanny J, that girl Q, Sin 911, Lady MC, and Nihilicious. 663 is lying, I guess.
Oh.
Rock, yes, you know this. And yes, I don't know you, but apparently you do know me. We'll be back next week.
Telling all the truth, you put it out there, so there's no excuse. Nighttime Vibes, this show is the truth.
Are you ready for Nighttime Vibes with Keke Rock and Friends? Uncensored, totally uncensored. Are you ready?